Good morning, Lebo. Great to be with you.
Talk to us about dining out and how this team started and what inspired it.
Well, it started quite a long time ago in 2000, so that's 14 years now. We were the first online restaurant guide, and we've become the most popular restaurant guide countrywide. Currently, we have about 11,000 people a day coming onto the website. We serve about 1 million pages a month and provide restaurants around 55,000 bookings per month. The main concept was that we wanted to give a tool that made it easy for people to find the type of restaurant they were looking for. So we, on the website, as a user, you can come on, you can select what type of food you want, the location, various different facilities, like if you want outside seating or live entertainment, and you put that into the system, and it comes back and gives you a list of the restaurants that meet your specific criteria. And then it's just a question of clicking on any one. You can look at the photos, the editorial, the trading hours, and of course the menu, which is probably the most important.
What is it about eating out, though? Sorry, Rick. What is it about eating out, though, that is, you know, so attractive to people?
Well, I think it's an entertainment. It's obviously not just for the food, although some people go out and like to enjoy good food. But I think it's also about the company, going out with friends, going out with family, spending a couple of hours together of an evening. It's really an event for socializing more than anything else.
It's Restaurant Week. What happens during Restaurant Week?
Well, during Restaurant Week, there's a number of participating restaurants around the country. I think it's over 100. And during this week, they have a specific menu at a special price. So although all the participating restaurants are completely different types of restaurants, they all have the same price for their menu. So there's a 2-course meal. The lunch menu is 95 Rand. The dinner menu is 175 Rand. And it's really an opportunity for people to go out at a set price and to experience different restaurants that maybe otherwise they wouldn't have gone to.
What are the basic things that one should look for when selecting a restaurant? I log on to dining out. What should I be on the lookout for?
Well, first of all, if you log on to dining out, you're going to want to choose your location. And choosing your food type is important, and also your ambience, because people go out to eat for different reasons. You might be taking your loved one out for a romantic supper. You might be taking the kids out for a hearty meal. You might even be a businessman who's entertaining your most important client. So it's got a lot to do with what you're trying to achieve and what you want to do. And this is why most people go to a range of different restaurants throughout the week, or throughout the month, I should say. And basically, you've got the opportunity in dining out to make those selections and to only see the restaurants that meet your particular criteria. So those are some of the things you need to bear in mind when you go looking for a restaurant.
Are you finding, though, that a friend and I were talking about how, you know, going out with our toddlers, we sort of need to find child-friendly restaurants. Is there an increase, or is there, you know, a decrease in the number of child-friendly restaurants, or are we just not looking hard enough?
I think a lot of youngsters go out for meals nowadays. I think the sort of age where you would say that a child was a child is sort of a bit younger. So a lot of people will go out with kids who are sort of in their early teens. If the kids are a lot younger, I think you have to choose your restaurant carefully, because some people who haven't got children, they're out having their romantic dinner, and maybe the children can be a bit disruptive for them. So what you should always try to do is to look for a family restaurant, a child-friendly restaurant, and then you know that if your kids are a little bit noisy, it's not going to affect other diners, because it's expected. But I think compared with when I was young, My folks used to take me out maybe twice a year to a restaurant. Our kids, we seem to be taking them out almost once a week nowadays.
Okay, so Rick is in Johannesburg. Where does he eat? If you had to be in Johannesburg this afternoon.
If I'm in Johannesburg, I live in Cape Town, so I don't know Johannesburg that well. The first thing I'm going to do is get on to dining out and look for the restaurants that suit my particular taste. I know I like Asian food, so there's a great restaurant called Kong, and they do Vietnamese, Thai, Japanese and Chinese food, and I think that would suit me great.
In Cape Town, what's your favorite?
In Cape Town, my favourite restaurant is probably Katima, also a Thai restaurant that's similar to Kong. It's in Hout Bay where I live, and if you don't book up a week in advance, you're not going to get in. Very, very popular.
All right, Rick, thank you so much for joining us. Interesting conversation. Rick Hutton, who is a senior partner at Dining Out, telling us, giving us insight into how to select the perfect restaurant.